to say brother instead of enemy. Oh, say shalom, Kimroma. Oh, let us sing the song of peace. Salam Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Ha'olam, and let us sing it in harmony. Tikkun Olam, repair this world, teach our kids that there's something more than the color of your skin or the clothes you wear. You know there's love in your hearts and that was meant to share. Salam Aleikum, Shalom Aleichem, both mean peace, get divided by mayhem. We're all the same in the eyes of God, so let's come together as Echad. Micha, Mocha, Ba'elim, we crossed the Red Sea so that we could be free. They say be the change that you want to see, and that starts with you and me. HOOSHIR, who shares telling you peace isn't that far. Let's do what's right, stop doing what's wrong. There'll be peace for the world, for Kol Ha'olam. Let's go on hating, if that solves anything. But underneath the glaring are eyes that want the same thing. Oh, say shalom, Bimroma. Oh, let us sing the song of peace. Salam Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Ha'olam, and let us sing it in harmony. Oh, Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kulam. Oh, say shalom, Bimroma.
I got a question for you, Lance. No, you do. Go.
I thank you for my life, body and soul. Help me realize I am beautiful and whole. I'm perfect the way I am, and a little broken too. And I will live each day as a gift I give to you.
So I'm going to invite all those who are hovering in the foyer or here in the sanctuary to take a seat. We say Shabbat Shalom to everyone. And I'm just going to do a brief security announcement. Please be mindful of the location of all of our exits. They're clearly marked around the sanctuary. You also have cards in the seat backs there that will help you find an exit. So if you get a chance during the service, it's a good meditative practice. Pull out a map of the sanctuary and dwell on it for a moment to help you enter a meditative state of mind. There are ample access to defibrillators, and God forbid that we should need those. And if we, for some reason, need to evacuate the sanctuary, our gathering place is at the west end of the parking lot. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask our ushers, who are stationed in the lobby right there, and they will be happy to help you. So Shabbat Shalom. You may notice I'm dressed for the outdoor service, but we are inside tonight. We thought, as of the end of the day at the end of yesterday, that the temperature and the chance that the air quality would continue to be low would not be conducive to preparing for an outdoor service or sitting out there. I haven't been outside. I may be very wrong. I'm sure it's beautiful. If you think it's beautiful right now, just think 2 weeks from tonight, it's going to be really beautiful. And to join us for that, as well as not only twice in August, but we're also hoping to do a first weekend of September outdoor service. So that's always just so beautiful. And each one of those will be preceded by a picnic, BYO mostly, except for the last Shabbat. I think it's the 6th of September, when we'll have a barbecue sponsored by our TBI Brotherhood. So, Judy, I'm sorry? And membership, right. The Brotherhood's cooking, the membership is but TBI membership is recruiting participation. So, fortunate to have our wonderful Shul Band, a couple of guest attendees tonight, as other people are on vacation. I'll introduce them a little later in the service. I want you to get to hear them first so you can truly appreciate them, and then you can remember their names and say thank you after the service. We're going to start with what we call the Rom Nigun. It's been our standard opening now. And can I have a drum roll, please? Thank you, Chris. So this marks, are you ready for this? 19 years of Shul Band participation in service, where we did our first one the first week of July in 2005, and here we are in 2024, and we invite you to join us. So I think I may have mentioned it, but maybe I didn't. You know, I'm still getting over the transition from Camp Newman to back to reality here in at Temple and in Southern California. Rabbi is at Camp Newman, where I was for the last 2 weeks. He will be there for this Shabbat and the following Shabbat, and with some of our TBI campers there. I know that there's folks in the sanctuary with us today. I was with their camper when I was there 2 weeks ago, and everybody's doing great. Camp is going really well. But if you're wondering where Rabbi Kupitz is, that's where he is. But he, as always, he wants to make sure that I extend a Shabbat Shalom to all of you, and I always return the favor by making sure he knows that we are thinking of him and are holding he and Karen, who's up there with him, his wife Karen, in our hearts in this Shabbat. So we're going to move to our candle blessing. You'll find that page 2 of your Sidurim. We kindled our Shabbat lights earlier this evening at our family service. So we won't be actually lighting, but we will be blessing. And I invite you, if you are able to comfortably do so, to please rise. And let's start on the first paragraph, top of page 3. Let's read it together. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we by our lives give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher kineshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. May be seated. I do want to mention we all have kindled for the last 8 months now a special third middle candle on Shabbat in just turning our hearts to those, especially in the land of Israel, who are not able to celebrate Shabbat with, be with their families or to celebrate Shabbat at all, and also to hold in our hearts all of those who feel especially traumatized at this very sensitive time in our Jewish world and in the world in general. We'll move forward with our Lecha Dodi, welcoming the Shabbat bride, in just a minute, but we do take a moment now to just kind of turn our thoughts inward and to kind of do a little a review of the week. Our tradition has a number of psalms that are in a traditional service recited during this period of time. We won't be doing that, but we do take an opportunity to kind of just reflect on the week that was and to kind of clear our heads of all of the tsuris and the tension, and really just be able to enter Shabbat pure and whole. We welcome the Shabbat bride, the Shabbat queen, with a Lecha Dodi, and I invite you to turn to page 20 and 21 in your Sidurim. So this is a taste of responsorial psalmody. In other words, I sing something, you sing it back to me. That's a technical term. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Enei Shabbat, You may be seated for a moment. We're going to continue on page 26 with our transitional prayer, Chatzi Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah Ve'alma divrach cherutei ve'amlich malchutei V'chai echon u'vyom echon Uv'chai echol bed Yisrael Ba'gala Uv'izman kariv Ve'yimeru Amen Yehei Shemei Rabbah mivarach Le'olam u'lamei almayah Yitbarach ve'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar v'yiromam v'yitnasei V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shemei dekudesha b'richu Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata Da'amiran ve'alma ve'imeru Amen. We join together for Baruch Hu, our call to prayer. Next page, page 28. Please rise. Good night, sit. Good night, sit. I would just give you a little more rest time. I know it's hot. La 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 la. Verses on page 30. El chai v'kayam tamidim lo chaleinu le'olam va'en baruch atah Adonai hamariv aravim. Let's be seated for a moment as we turn to page 32. And we read together in the English. Everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. ve'ahavadecha al tasir mimenu leolamim baruch atah Adonai u'emamo Yisrael. So we're going to introduce something that you probably are not familiar with. A new Shema. It's not new. It's been around for about 7 or 8 years, but I thought it might be something we could do together at Temple Beth Israel, especially on Shul Band nights. So I'll let the guys start it out, and I'm going to teach you the nigun that goes with it. The words are really hard. Yalalai, lalai, lai, lai. Right? What else would it be? But it does include the words of Shema and some of the Haftah, so we'll only be chanting the last paragraph of the Haftah after we finish this, and I'll give you a little hand signal after the first round of Yalalais. If you choose to stand for Shema, if it's your custom, you can do so then. Here's your part. Lai la lai, ya la la lai, lai lai la lai lai. Lai la lai, la 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 lai, lai. Same thing again. Lai la lai, la 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 lai, la lai la lai lai. Lai la lai, la 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 lai, lai. So if it is your custom to stand, please do so. Lai la lai, la 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 lai. Lai la lai lai. Lai la lai, la 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 lai, lai. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. Same thing again. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. Yalalai. Lai la lai, la 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 lai, lai lai la lai lai. Lai la lai, la 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 lai, lai. Lai la lai, ya la la lai, la lai la lai lai. Lai la lai, la 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 lai, lai. Baruch, very quiet. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam, Leolam Va'ed. One more time. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam, Leolam Va'ed. Yalalai, alai, alai, alalalai, yalai, lalai, lai. Lai la lai, la 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 lai, lai. Lai la lai, la 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 lai, 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 la la lai. Lai la lai, la 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 lai.
למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם emet.
Page 40, we recall, as we do each day, twice a day, the Exodus from Egypt, Litziat Mitzrayim, with the words of Micha Mocha.
Kivadanu et Yaakov ugalo miyad chazak mimenu Baruch atah Adonai Gal Yisrael.
We ask God to put a sukkot shlomecha, a tabernacle of peace over us, over all we love, over all Yisrael, with the words of Hashkivenu, page 42.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom, l'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Pros aleinu sukkot shlomecha, pros aleinu sukkot shlomecha. Shelter us beneath our wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Adonai, amen, 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 amen. Back to the beginning. לך.
We give thanks to the Holy One for the gift of Shabbat with the words of Vishamru, page 44, right at the top. So we are, with that kind of rousing gratitude for Shabbat, enter into just a couple of moments of quiet reflection with our Amidah. You'll find it on the pages following Mishamru, and starting with Adonai Svatai on 46, going through to page 52 with the Kiddusha. So we'll do that together, and then we'll take a couple of minutes of quiet personal reflection. If it is your custom to rise for the Amidah, if you are able, please do so. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufia yitehilatecha. Adonai open up my lips so my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu Imotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor V'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'Konei Hakol V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot U'Mevi Geulah Livnei Bneihem Lima'an Shemo V'Ahava Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen Baruch Atah Adonai Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai B'chayei HaKol Atah Rab Lehoshia Morid Hatal Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed Mechayei HaKol Berachamim Rabim Somech Noflim Verofe Cholim Umatir Asurim Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar Micha Mocha Baal Gevurot Umidomela Melech Memid Umchaye Umatzmiach Yeshua V'ne'eman Atah Hachayot Hakol Baruch Atah Adonai Mechayei HaKol. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Baruch Atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh. Just take a few moments of reflection, and when you have completed your personal tefillah, you can be seated. Bottom of page 62.
Oh, say shalom b'roma. Booyah, say shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'al kol yoshvei te'elam. Ve'imru. Amen. Yalla-la-la-la-la-la, yalla-la-la-la-la, yalla-la-la-la-la-la, 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 yalla-la-la-la-la, yalla-la-la-la-la. Oh, say shalom b'roma. Oh, yeah, say shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei te'elam, ve'imru.
So in thinking about what I wanted to share tonight, I came across, I love language, I love Hebrew, I love English, I love even a couple of languages nobody's ever really heard of or spoken in a really long time, like Akkadian and, who knows, ancient Canaanite. Not that I can read it, but I read about it, so that's pretty fascinating. And this comes from Rabbi David Kasher, who is the rabbi at Hadar in Manhattan, a very fascinating kind of Nuevo Orthodox-ish kind of institution in New York City. I encourage you to check it out either online or when you get there. They have some very interesting approaches and very interesting things to say, especially about this portion, Parashat Chukat. And this, the title of Rabbi Kasher's little Devar Torah here is called Language Falling on Language. There's probably no more playful instance of wordplay in all the Torah than the Nechash HaNechoshet, the copper snake described in this week's Parsha, Parashat Chukat. With its string of repeated consonants, it sounds like it could be another one of Dr. Seuss's whimsical creations living in some strange zoo with the cat in the hat and Yertle the turtle and the fox in socks. Yet the Nechash HaNechoshet appears in the midst of a story that is anything but whimsical. In chapter 21 of the book of Numbers, the children of Israel have once again questioned the decision to leave Egypt. God, once again outraged by their ingratitude, sends a den of deadly snakes to attack. The people ask Moses to pray on their behalf. He does, and God responds with a strange solution. In Numbers 21, verse 8, it says, "Then the Eternal said to Moses, 'Make for yourself a snake and mount it on a pole, and then anyone who is bitten who looks at it shall recover.'" This is a startling command, not the least of which because it smacks of idolatry. But it is good news. God has provided a cure. Like the proverbial hair of the dog, the snake will heal the snake bite. But it isn't until Moses begins to fulfill the order that we get to the actual copper snake. Numbers 21, verse 9. Moses made a copper snake and mounted it on a pole, and anyone who was bitten by the snake would look at the copper snake and recover. The phrase used to describe the snake in this verse, Nechash Nechoshet, is virtually begging for us to notice its linguistic playfulness. There are, of course, the series of shared sounds, the nun and the chet and the shin. What's more, nearly the same sounds, slightly jumbled, appear nearby in the word for bite, nashak. So, in Hebrew, it would seem im nashach hanachash, nechash hanechoshet. If a snake bites, you shall look at the copper snake. But if the wordplay itself is glaring, the identity of the wordsmith may require a more careful look. If you read the two verses above once again, you will notice the copper ingredient in this ritual recipe seems to have been added by Moses. In the original command, God never specified the material to be used. The instruction was simply to make a snake. The biblical commentator Rashi points out in his commentary on this verse, quote, "He was never told to make it out of copper, but Moses said, 'The Holy One, blessed be he, called it a snake, so I will make it out of copper.'" Language falling on language. In other words, he took words that sounded similar because he thought that must be what God means. In fact, we can take Rashi's point even further in attributing creative license to Moshe, because in the original command, God actually used a different word for snake. What's another word for snake in Hebrew? Anybody know? No? Saraf, right? He used a different word for snake. He used the word saraf, not make for yourself a nachash, but a saraf. So it seems Moses chose a different word than the one heard from God and then deliberately picked a material that matched its sound. The question is, why? What would compel Moses to take the initiative as he constructed the snake statue to play a little linguistic game on the side? The source that Rashi is drawing from is from the Midrash Bereshit Rabbah, and it provides an explanation. There it says, Reb Isi says that there are 4 places where God asks people to craft an object with the similar phrasing. In 3 of the 4, the material is specifically named. In Genesis, he says to make an ark of gopher wood. And in the book of Joshua, he says to create flint knives. And in Numbers 10:8, he says to make silver trumpets. But only in this case is Moses told to make for yourself a snake, but given no instructions about what material to use. So he reasons that there must be something in the command itself that is hinting at the material. Bereshit Rabbah, the Midrash, continues, "If I make it of gold, that language does not fall onto that language," meaning it doesn't sound as poetic. "If I make it out of silver, that language doesn't fall onto that language either. Instead, behold, I will make it of copper, for that is language falling upon language." The Midrash thus concludes that the Torah must have been given in Hebrew. For only in Hebrew, which uses the same root for copper and snake, would Moses' linguistic logic hold. If that's true, then the world must also have been created in Hebrew, because there is one other place where we see this kind of language falling on language, and that's very early on back in the Garden of Eden. The first human had just awoken from a God-induced slumber to find he has a new companion. He is elated, having so far, quote, not found his counterpart, his Ezer Kenegdo. There is the being that will alleviate his sense of aloneness in this world, and he seems right away to know it, declaring, oh, you know what? I read the pages backwards. Please excuse me. Let me just continue and I'll fill in the missing part. If you lost the train of thought there, that's why. I read page 2 and then I read page 4. It was making sense to me, but maybe that says more about me than the Torah. Let's go back to Genesis. In Genesis 23, it says, "This one at last is bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh," referring to what will be known as Chava. "She will be called women, Isha, for from man, Ish, was she taken." Let me repeat that. "This one at last is bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She will be called woman, Isha, for from man, Ish, was she created." The name of this new human, woman, is no mere derivative, for we have not seen the word for man before either. The other word that's used for human is Adam, not Ish. These two terms, Ish and Isha, appear together at once as if mirroring one another. Rashi's commentary on this verse borrows once again the phrase from the Midrash that we quoted earlier. Language falling on language, from here we know that the world was created with the holy tongue, meaning Hebrew. Once again, this language falling on language is meant to describe the selection of two words that sound nearly alike. And once again, the syncing of the two words is being done intentionally, not by God, nor by the nameless narrative voice of the Torah, but by a character in the story of the Torah. So what is Adam's purpose in letting that language fall on language? The rhythm of the verse suggests that he is composing a poem to celebrate the arrival of this new being. And the poem, with its flesh of my flesh, has a distinctly tender and romantic feeling. It is, we might say, the first love song. Indeed, we find in the very next verse the man clinging to this woman as they become one flesh. The two words seem to have fallen into one another. But back to our scene in the book of Numbers. Moshe is the one playing the poet. He too is using, thank you, he too is the one using linguistic echoes to create a connection. Here, however, the connection is not between two human beings, but between the divine command and its human implementation. God says to make a snake. Moses could have just done what he was told with no embellishment, but instead he takes the opportunity to construct a copper snake, a nachash nechoshet, as a kind of beautification and elevation of the mitzvah, a way of celebrating the words he has received from God with words of his own that mirror back a response, like a shimmering reflection. He has transformed a duty into a dialogue. And there's something romantic about this exchange as well. Sometimes, when we love something, we feel compelled to write poetry, to devote words to the object of our affection. And if those words are especially playful, that too is no surprise, for there is a playful spirit in romance and intimacy. With the one we love, we use pet names. We whisper sweet nothings. As we fall in love, we let language fall on language. Moshe's language is an expression of love for God's language. So too, we who love the Torah's language have for centuries responded with a language of our own in the form of midrash, parshanut, and piyut, liturgical poetry, fantasy, song, fantasy, stories, and song. Indeed, our whole tradition of commentary can be seen as a linguistic response to the divine call, a way of clinging to our beloved with words. With these acts of lexical love, we create the world anew with the holy language. From Rabbi David Kasher. If you want to see page 3, just let me know, and I'd be happy to share it with you. We take a moment now to turn our hearts to those in need of healing. If you turn to page 253 in your Siddur, you will find the words of Misha Berach. We'll sing those words in a slightly altered form to one of the melodies I created, and I'll circulate if anyone wants to add a name to those who I may not have mentioned.
Holy One, blessed our mothers, blessed our fathers from ancient days. Bless and heal those in our hearts, and hear our prayer as we say their names. Akadosh We ask for prayers of healing for Hannah Fields Austin, Sue Toback, Rosalind Lefkowitz, Helen Weinfeld, Pam Poliakoff, Kathy Blumenfeld, Caitlin Antrim, Brad Holland, Serena Postal, Robert Strober, Lori Snyder, Charity Razadeh, Joel Beasy, Gloria Foster, Robert Gerard, Adele Harris, Brenda Fong Gerard, Jan Marcus, Arla Fregoso, Al Shapiro, Jeff Nelson, Robert Waldman, Barry Gustafaro, Udine Gratz DeLang, Audrey Kubel, Deborah DeLang, James Stead, Rita Elias, Stephen Gilbert, Sharon Zaki, Neil Barron, Oliver Holland, Bill Hughes, Ed Means, Stephanie Holland, Stan Stein, Virginia Guzman, Suzette Guzman, Marilyn Rudin, Claudia Phillips, Kenneth Phillips, Sandy Gunn, Ron Gilman, Julie Ben Simon, Eric Baldwin, Rabbi Jules King, Faye Bernstein, Abby Binstock Moore, Carol Bletz, Sandra Dizengoff, Sherry Mosley, Jeff Blackie, Hannah Nelson, Mike Freil, John Ramirez, Brenda Gershman, and
I know it's not the first week of the month, but it's like the first week of the month because we didn't do it on the first week of the month, which is recognize those who have July birthdays. So if there's anyone with a July birthday, if you would gather in the back of the sanctuary. Anybody with a July birthday wants to come on down?
I would gather by myself.
Well, I don't think, it looks like maybe there's a couple others. I do need a couple of volunteers to hold the talit up here, so. Any other approximately tall people? There you go. Here we go. Oh, look at the crowd. Okay, here we go. Yom Hulanet Sameach. 1, 2, 3. Yom Hulanet Sameach. Yom Hulanet Sameach. Yom Hulanet Sameach. Yom Hulanet Sameach. So we bless you with the ancient blessing that God told Moses to teach to Aaron, so that whenever the people were blessed, we would use words that directly come from
the mind of God, and I offer them to you at this point. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May the Holy One bless you and sustain you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka. May the holy face be turned toward you, and may graciousness flow unto you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May the holy face turn towards you, and may it bestow upon you the most precious of all blessings, the blessing of wholeness, the blessing of completeness, the blessing of peace. And we say together, Amen. But wait, there's more. Here in the bag, excuse me, I have to get the bag. I have the incredibly abundant, courtesy of our TBI chocolatier, Mark Feynman, birthday pencils. Yes, you too can have one. So please put on your calendar the first Shabbat of every month. We offer birthday blessings and birthday pencils topped with chocolate, which is very delicious. And even the pencil says happy birthday, Yom Halev Sameach, in Hebrew and Bivrit. No mention of a copper snake, thank goodness. But come on down and we'll sing you out with one more round of Yom Halev Sameach with a little more fun to it, okay, J. Mike? 1, 2, 1, 2. Yom Halev Sameach. Yom Halev Sameach. Yom Happy birthday to all you July birthday people. Just a few announcements. First, I want to thank my wonderful friends here in the Shul Band. A couple of faces you may not have seen in a while. We have our musical director for this evening, J. Mike O'Neill on keyboards. Welcome back from a trip up north to Al Shapiro on woodwinds. Ed Beardsley, hold it up the bottom on the bass guitar. My oldest friend, Stu Ziff, on guitar. Taught me a couple of things that I know. The rest I messed up on my own. We met at summer camp in 1966, believe it or not, and we are still tight buds, and that's a real blessing and privilege in my life. And of course, Chris Gacci on percussion. So thank you for elevating our service. Chidur mitzvah, like we were talking about in the Darash, elevating the mitzvah. We're going to move to close with, I just want to mention a couple of upcoming things at TBI. This Sunday, women of TBI are sponsoring the Women of Reform Judaism's Area Day. It's a big deal. That's why when you go into the social hall, you'll see a lot of tables set up. If you are still interested in attending, I would suggest you get to maybe Deborah, and she'll tell you that it's probably impossible to do so at this late time, but to look forward to next year. But we're really pleased that our women of TBI have been able to attract the women of Reform Judaism to our temple, and we hope we can provide them a wonderful home for their program on Sunday. We were unable to do outdoor services tonight. We do plan on doing them 2 weeks from tonight. I believe that's the 26th of July, as well as the
the second and fourth weeks of August, and also the first weekend of September. So we have a lot of outdoor times together to look forward to, and hopefully, the temperature won't be 97 degrees when it's setup time, just out of respect and of the well-being of our staff. We decided that it was probably not going to be the best thing to do for today, but we look forward to that. I also want to give a special shout out to our friend Lance Watsky, sitting right down here, who is relocating to Atlanta, Georgia within the next couple of days. I'm going to take a wild guess that this is pretty close to the last, how many weeks? 2 more weeks to go. So if you see Lance, wish him that he may be blessed on his journey to Atlanta. And we will miss him. He's been a wonderful addition to our community in the years that he's been here. And we wish him blessings and good tidings in Georgia. And please register to vote as soon as possible. Okay? Other than that, Rabbi and I, Rabbi I'll be soloing again next week, and Rabbi will return after that. We'll be working together pretty much most of the rest of the summer. And anything that we can do for anybody please don't hesitate to let myself know personally, or certainly let the TBI office know if there are any needs in our community. We move to close with Aleinu L'Shabeach. Please rise and join me on page 282, the bottom paragraph.
Shabbat ladon hakol, latei kedula leotzer reishi, shelo asanu kigoye haratzot, velo samanu kimishbechot hadama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. Page 287. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא Bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad.
Maybe seated as the ark is closed. We take this opportunity to turn our hearts to those who we have lost in recent days or weeks, or those who we have lost from our midst at this time in seasons past. We particularly remember Michael Brown, father of Jonathan Brown, and Bruce Steinfeld, brother of Yael Steinfeld. I also want to mention the recent passing of someone who you may be familiar with, who attended services quite regularly at TBI, though never a member. Ron Aswad. You will probably recall who he is if I describe him to you. A tall young man, often sat in the back of the sanctuary towards the end and of the service and joined us for Oneg, a sweet soul, someone who I will personally miss very much. I'd known him for a number of years and unfortunately was killed in a traffic accident about a little over 10 days ago. So let's hold Ron in our hearts as well, and especially send up blessing to his father Adnan, who is now all along after having lost his wife, Ron's mother, a number of years ago as well. So, in addition, we want to remember those for whom we are honoring with saying their names as a yurtzeit. Saul Altman, Barney Arst, Donna Bowler Babcock, Bauer Babcock, Sheila Bishansky, Samuel Bohr, Ron Fink, Anna Eva Fried, Helen Gamblin, Paul Gayron, Mildred Goldstein, Morris Richard Green, Claire Gutmann, Marilyn Hendricks, Harry Hoffman Sr., Alana Howard, Lieutenant Solomon Katz, Irving Levine, William Marks, Bill Meyer, Dorothy Moss, Joyce T. Rosenbaum, Herb Rosenzweig, Belle Salen, Sidney Schall, Phoebe Schneiderman, Marta Silton Friedberg, Robert Sussman, Elise Waldman, and Pearl Weiner. If you have a name that you'd like to add, please do so at this point as I come across the congregation. Thank you. If you're in a time of mourning or observing a yurtzeit, I invite you to rise at this time. And if it is your custom to rise in love and support of those who mourn, to do so as well at this time as we turn to page 294 to recite the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, v'agalau v'zman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach lalam ul'olmei maya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudshah barichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shmaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, huya aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel, and to all humankind, to which we say, amen. If we can remain standing, and as you are comfortable, make the holy connections that we make at the end of our services on Friday night as we turn to page 321, the bottom paragraph, Beyado. Before we do that, I want to, of course, thank all of our helpers who make Shabbat possible. I know Judy, I saw Judy and Sharon in the lobby. I don't know who else was, if anyone else was at the gate or helping them, but without their assistance, we would be much the poorer. And of course, Sean on our TV feed. Anyone else I should thank, Judy? Kylie. Oh, Kylie was out there too, yes. Kylie. Toda Rabat to all of you. Bottom of 321, Beyado.
Beyado av kilufi, ve'ein shan ve'ahiram, ve'im ruchi geviyati, Adonai li ve'lo iram, ve'im ruchi geviyati, Adonai
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Thank you, those of you who join us online. Shabbat Shalom, and we'll see you next Shabbos.